Recently, we have been seeing more and more people getting on YouTube and locking in, and you have been noticing it too. And guess what? It is your turn. But you're still afraid that if you get started, eventually you will burn out and you are already feeling like the embarrassment around that. So what this really is saying is that you don't really trust your follow through just yet. And that's okay because the way that you've been thinking about YouTube is essentially a mismatch for the cadence that you are thinking you have to post and the identity at what which you need to hold to be able to really see this through. And I know because I have worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs, helping them to make thousands of dollars on YouTube simply by showing up just once a week. So I'm going to show you how. I'm going to tell you the things, and this is going to be for you if you are a beginner at YouTube, but you have a business, you have products to sell, you're an affiliate marketer, whatever the case may be. I'm going to help you lock in on YouTube so that you can start and then you can keep going. And most importantly, I'm going to show you what no one else is showing you, which is how to actually protect your energy legit from day one. Okay, Bookie, we can't really do this without having a conversation about burnout. we just can't, because you need to know what it looks like and what you've been assuming it to look like. You assume that burnout, again, is something that happens way later down the line, right? Like, oh, I'm just tired of posting. That's not it. The real issue here is that even in your mind, because you haven't started yet, like that's the thing, you haven't even started yet. But in your mind, you've created this perception of what it has to look like, how often it has to be, right? I watch this person and they post 3 times a week, so I need to be posting 3 times a week right out the gate, or whatever the case may be. It's not your cadence, though. The burnout is happening because you're trying to do something that is out of alignment for who you are and where you are at on this journey. And what we're not going to do is anchor in this belief that because something is hard, time consuming, or whatever, that's what's leading to the burnout, because you know how to do hard things. You've done hard things. And you're going to have to do the hard thing here until it just becomes who you are. Like there's no shortcut. There's no, like, you see what I'm saying? That's just what it has to be. This also greatly eliminates your excuse for disengaging from this lock-in when it starts to feel it's hard. It's a day I don't feel like it. So I'm just, oh no, not today. We're not doing that. We're locking in. Remember, we're getting it. So the first thing that you need is an actual identity shift from wherever you are, whatever you are believing yourself to be, whoever you're believing yourself to be, to shifting to I am someone who is committed to showing up on YouTube for whatever your cadence is and doing what I need to do to succeed. Period. Period. Now, whatever success looks like for you, that's going to be different. For some people, they really do just want to grow their subscriber counts. For other people, like me, in a way, it's not so much about the subscriber count. I want to see them conversions. I want to see them. I want to see the money. I want to see the money from people. I want to see people, so moved by my content that they're jumping into my offers. Right? That's what I want. So with your identity shift, we're no longer looking at YouTube as just we're posting videos. We're just making videos. We're just making the videos. Like, yes, we are making videos, but comma in. Here's your thinking from your identity shift. You're creating assets. You are building assets. Every video that you make essentially should be an asset in some kind of way to your business, your personal brand, creator business, whatever. It needs to be an asset. Okay, and I've talked about this here on my channel a few times because that's essentially what these videos are. Every video that you plant, well, essentially, is a seed that eventually will bloom. It will grow, it will bloom. You will have videos that surprisingly might take off early. You will have videos that somehow out of nowhere out of being stagnant for 6 months, all of a sudden start taking off. It's not your responsibility to know how that's going to happen. You just need to do your best with each of your videos, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired. I want to take a nap right now. Like, I was so serious. I want to take a nap so bad, so bad. I was like, girl, sit down and make that damn video for these people, right? Because that's the identity that I've locked into. And I'm still going to show up and I'm going to do my best and I'm going to give the best that I can because I want you to be able to walk away from this video having actions that you can take, things that you can implement so that you can start seeing results, point blank, period, right? So these are assets. These are assets. And I won't even be using this video just here on YouTube. And I have another video that talks about how to repurpose, like unconventional ways to repurpose your YouTube videos. I'll link that in the description box below. But nonetheless, it's because I'm not just making videos. When you come from the energy of we're just making videos, then when you fall off, it doesn't really matter because I was just making videos. But if I fell off and I was building assets for my business, that means I'm fucking up the money. And that's a problem when we start fucking up the money. When you're also anchored into this identity shift, you are no longer looking at the immediate gratification and the immediate result. You know that if you posted a video today, you are not knee deep in looking at how many views you got tomorrow. We're not doing that. You will stress yourself all the way out doing that. Like I said, we are planting seeds. So if you go and you plant a seed in some soil, are you going to turn around tomorrow and be like, did it sprout? Did it sprout? Next day, did it sprout? Next day, did it sprout? No. You're going to let it do what it needs to do. And one day you're going to walk around and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it sprouted. Look. Right? That's how it's going to be. Your job is to continue to show up, refine, look at things from different perspectives, different standpoints, but don't obsess over the numbers like so immediately. You're thinking about, okay, what is my channel going to look like 6 months from now? What is my channel going to look like a year from now? You've already decided that you are doing this for the long haul. Not, oh, well, let me just see how my videos perform, this week, and then I'll just decide if I want to keep going next week. Like, girl, boo, we're not doing that. So with that being said, we're anchoring into the identity. This next part, this is so important, and I've done this with clients for years, and I know that they're like, I know I have old clients watching this, like, get them, Quiana, get them. I'm going to teach you some actions that you are going to take today. Today, you're going to do these things, okay? And they're going to help you further anchor into this identity. Because the thing is you can be well-meaning. You can be like, you know what? I have this goal. I want to do this. I really do. And then life can life. Things can happen. Things out of your control. Things you didn't plan for. You don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. So we plan for it. The goal here is to remove friction. Remove the potential roadblocks before they even block the road. And this is really going to be for those of you who have a habit of being like, I'll do it tomorrow. No, you're going to do it today. Because you said. And if you watched my video yesterday when I talked about why your subconscious mind is fighting you so hard and not supporting you, because you do shit like that. Because you'll say, I'm going to do it, and then you'll be like, I'll just do it tomorrow. Nobody's taking you seriously. So there are 2 actions that you're going to take, okay? The first action is called a now action, and essentially its job is to immediately help you anchor into the new identity. The second action is called a preventative action, and its job is to help you stop the self-sabotage. So let me give this to you in an example that's not YouTube related first. Let's say in the realm of health, you are anchoring into the identity of someone who eats healthy, takes care of their body, exercise. We know the spiel, okay? A now action for someone like that could look like going into their pantry getting all that unhealthy snacks and stuff and getting rid of them, whether they're throwing it out, giving them to neighbors, donating them to pantries, whatever the case may be. It's got to go. Then the preventative action is setting out their workout clothes every night before they're gonna get up in the morning to work out. We've already set out the workout clothes. We've already set out the workout shoes. If we're going to the gym, we've already got, the keys where the keys need to be. We put the water bottle, we put water in the water bottles in the refrigerator. Why? Because there's less decisions that you are now having to make when that time comes to drive yourself to the gym. And it gives your brain significantly less opportunities to stop you, to talk you out of doing it. Because now you're in a flow. You got up, put my clothes on, boom, 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 socks. Okay, go downstairs. Okay, put my shoes on. Okay, keys right here. All right, let me grab my water bottle. And we're walking out the door. When was there time to really talk you out of it? Exactly. So if we're going to translate this into YouTube and you locking in, you're doing something today. And I want you to decide what your now action is going to be. And I want you to comment what your now action is going to be. Let us know if you're going to do it, or let us know if you did do it. Like, come back and let us know. If you're in my community, make a post in the community so we can celebrate you, because you deserve that, okay? Now, in regards to YouTube, a now action could literally be, I'm going to go set up my filming space. Not I'm going to go buy all the tech and the gear and the this and the that. All right, don't do that. All right, okay. You don't need all that shit right now. We're just finding, where do we want to film? Where do we want to film? Find a little spot, okay? There are people who have been so committed and have grown a successful business turning their closet into a little filming space, okay? I don't want to hear excuses, but you know that you're going to have to record these videos and you're going to have to record them somewhere. You know this to be a fact, right? So go set up your filming space. And it might be some trial and error. If you go back through my channel, I have recorded in different spaces. I'm just trying to get a feel for what I like, what feels good, I like this right here. You've got me, you've got my plants, there's a pink book over it. Like, this is good for me. I ain't got to do too much. I really didn't have to set up really much of anything. I just had to move my camera around and see how I liked how something looked. Now, guess what? Now I know where I'm filming. I know how everything's going to fly. Boom, right? Simple action for you to take today. Another now action that you could take today is planning out like your first 3 videos, or at least ideating. You're not just thinking about one video, you've thought about 3. You've thought about 3 videos. So you're already thinking, right, in that identity shift, not just, oh, I'm just going to post a video. Like, no, you're already thinking about, hey, I want to think about the next 3 videos, Another now action could be actually deciding on that first video. Now, if you're in my membership, we have the live launch strategy. So you could do that. You could be like, I'm going to launch my channel with a bang. And you go plan out your live launch. And you can do that literally in a day. You could literally go through it and be done with it. And I'm going to give you 90 minutes. I'm going to give you 90 minutes for the spiral of overthinking. So our preventative actions, again, something for you to do, maybe not today, but this week, get it done. So that could look like scheduling your filming time into your calendar. Because again, we're locking in. We're taking this seriously. We're doing what needs to be done. This is not an afterthought. This is now who you are. This is now what you do. So schedule it in. Look at your calendar first. Look at, do you have reoccurring client calls? Are they in your calendar? Is everything in your calendar? And then schedule that block in. So that way if somebody else comes in and they try to schedule a call, they're not scheduling it during the time that you want it to be filming. It's in there. It's locked. It's loaded. There's no excuses. There's not, oh, well, I was going to do it on Wednesday, but I just got so busy. Why did you get so busy and you didn't do it? Because you did not prioritize it. We are going to prioritize doing what we said we're going to do. Another preventative action could look like just simply having a place to go when you don't know what to film. You want structure and you want support. And so that is what my membership is for. If you're not in the Magnetic Visibility Circle Premium, honey, you need to get your butt in there. And so when you don't know what to film, it doesn't really matter because you would have access to YouTube by Design, which is going to give you video topics that you could create videos on that are in alignment with your energy, with what it is that you teach, who you help, your lived in life experiences, the things that are going to make you magnetic to your ideal clients and target audience on YouTube. Okay, we've done the identity shifting. We're locking in. You know what to go ahead and do now due to prevent your self-sabotage. So now I want to go ahead and break down 2 different pathways that I believe are good for you to start with, a good cadence for you based off of where you're at. So I just want to make sure that I preface this by saying there's no like right way. There is a recommended way. Okay, but ultimately at the end of the day, your channel, your business, your experience. Okay, but I will say this, the only wrong cadence for posting is the one that you cannot maintain. So we have pathway A, and this is for the beginner, like the solopreneur, you doing this shit by yourself. I want you to start with 1 long form video a week. 1 long form video a week. Don't, you see, no, you're not about to ask me how long is the video supposed to be. However the video is supposed to be, honey. However long the video needs to be is however long it would take you to explain and teach the concept. That's it. Don't ask no other YouTube expert. They will all look at you the same way I'm looking at you right now, getting the question of how long does my video need to be? And some will just pull numbers out of their ass because there is no set number. You understand? And right now, you don't need to be worried about that. You are in the testing phase. You don't know what works for you yet. And what works for me might not work for you. And what works for you might not work for the next person. Like, there are frameworks and things that we can all do, that we all kind of need to do, like posting a video. But then there are certain things that just really come down to you. Okay? However long your videos need to be is however long your videos need to be. And that's it. Now, during this time, you're focused on building skills and building your follow through. Okay? Because you're going to have to get good at creating your titles. You're going to have to get good at creating your thumbnails. You might have to learn how to do some editing. You do not have to be Mr. Beast. You don't have to be this bitch. You don't have to be that bitch. You just have to be that bitch in your videos. So it's not about having this crazy, fancy, editing. You want your videos to look good. You want your videos to sound good. Okay? And if you do a little extra, then fine, do a little extra. Not required, though. Not required. Good audio, good visual. Start there. Start with making sure that your videos at least look good right out the gate. And then practice editing your A-rolls before you start adding in the B-roll. That would be my suggestion. So the A-roll, essentially, if you're unfamiliar, is the recorded video, right? The raw video before you've touched it, right? Start with learning how to edit that first before you add in the B-roll. So that could also look like learning how to color grade so that maybe you could make your background pop more with the colors. Like you watching this video, I promise you, what you're seeing is not how these videos look like after I record them. So you're going to see that the colors might pop more. Like the plants behind me might be a little more green. You might notice that my beautiful brown skin might pop a little bit more, right? But in the time of recording, the colors are more muted. So color grading just makes it just look so much better. Again, enhancing the audio. I use Descript. I always use Studio Sound to help level out the it helps level out the sound. It helps to remove any background noise that I might make. This is what enhances and helps the viewer experience. And then if we're going to get into more styled editing, get comfortable with cutting out the spaces, learning how to create your jump cuts. Start there before you start trying to create all this fancy animated shit to throw on top of your videos. Now, if you really feeling like a badass bitch, if you really feeling like a bad, if you got it, you're like, you know what, I feel like I could do this. I could do this. I'm gonna challenge you a little bit. I'm gonna challenge you. How about you do a video every day? No, Boogie, calm down. I'm not talking about long form. If you did one YouTube video a week and then the other 6 days, do a short. And the thing is, and this is up to you, you could create your shorts, like actually recording them, editing them, whatever, especially if they were going to also be going on Instagram and TikTok, then like by all means, like post them on as shorts. But you could take, right? You could take the clips from your long form video and post those as shorts. And then from there, link your long form video to that short. So if that short starts getting views, people are able to find the long form video and go watch it if they choose to. So now we added just a little bit of strategy. I don't want to overwhelm you. But I'm just giving you a little bit of strategy. Okay? Now, pathway B. This is for my boogie boos that are supported and have a higher capacity. You are going to do 2 to 5 long form videos a week. If you have a team, you have help, you have support, you can do a minimum of 2 per week. Now, if you want to start off at 1, maybe for like a month, so that you and your team can find a rhythm, find a flow, and then we double down, then like do that. But there's really no reason why you couldn't actually do anywhere from 2 to 5 a week, especially when you're looking at somebody who is doing one every day. And I have no team. It is just Quiana, honey. And I'm getting it done. Now, same thing for you with shorts, but because you are now creating more content, you get to also then release more shorts. So now you're putting out more feelers into the marketplace to see what hits, what's drawing in traffic, how the things are working. Because for you, we're focused on refinement and feedback loops. Okay, we are going to be looking at data a lot sooner, and so you want your cadence to match where it makes sense to be able to do that a lot sooner. And so even if you're going to post more than one short, which is very possible, because if you're doing 2 videos, you could potentially be posting 2 shorts a day. I want you to remember, regardless of whatever pathway, every single thing that you do in YouTube can be scheduled. I needed that to land for you. Everything can be scheduled. So you can literally schedule all your videos, all your shorts, if you want to do them on different days. But you could just schedule your stuff to go out. Just schedule it. So you don't have to actually come into the platform natively every single day. It's unnecessary for you. You don't have to do that. But this is where finding your flow, finding your rhythm, honoring your cadence, honoring your alignment is going to help you. And then with the scheduling, you cannot burn out. You just can't. Now, I do have 3 non-negotiables for you. 1, choose a rhythm. Not perfect, but also not forever. Any decision that you make today, you get to change later on down the road. Don't go fucking with it tomorrow, okay? Give things some time to marinate, you know what I'm saying? And then come back to it and then make a decision. But none of this is forever, right? 2, have a place to go when you do not know what to post or what to talk about or even what to do. So create a bank of prompts for you to use. Make sure that you're keeping a list of your ideas as they come to you. You can do that very easily in any app on your phone. have frameworks ready to go to help you with the process. But what we are not about to do is rely solely on inspiration. The third thing is having a container that supports your follow through. Your calendar, your systems, your routines, and honestly and especially a community. When you're dialed in on these things, you cannot fail. I'm telling you, you cannot fail. You cannot fail. And if having support and having accountability and community feels really juicy and delicious and you're wanting to start your channel, listen, come on. Come on to the Magnetic Visibility Circle Premium, honey. Be a premium member. The information is below in the description box, but like, listen, you need to be in there like yesterday, okay? Because there's only going to be but so many times that we're going to excuse you talking yourself out of this. You want this. You want it for a reason. And it's a part of you that knows that you really could like make some shit shake on this platform. And I believe that for you too. Okay, so now that we are locked in on YouTube, honey, I want you to have a very clear understanding of how you could actually make $1,000 from your channel before you even hit 1,000 subscribers. So I want you to go ahead and watch this video next, and I'm going to break all of that juicy deliciousness down for you. I'm going to see you over there, and I'm going to see you inside that membership.